I'm back again, and I know it was so criminal of me to leave you guys hanging on with that last video. I'm sure some of you guys thought I was gone for good. I don't know what you guys thought happened to me, but I have no intention on quitting YouTube anytime soon. It's just the issue I had was that I've had more and more camera difficulties. Like my battery was non-existent. I'd put brand new batteries in the camera, it still would die after 2 seconds of filming. So I had to get a brand new camera, and this is my first video with my brand new camera. So I'm still kind of figuring out how it works, still working out the kinks of it, and it doubles as a regular camera, still camera. So I've been playing around with that, but I'm not gone, and I'm making new videos. Got a lot of new videos planned now that I have a new camera back, and I'm gonna start with my review of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Here it is. Yeah, I know, my timing really sucks on this. I know it just came out on DVD and Blu-ray, and well, I really wanted to review this movie, and I wanted to review this like the second after I saw it, and I've seen it twice now, in theaters that is, but okay, let's start. First of all, let me tell you where I come from in this previous series. Okay, I've read the first book, here it is. And I read it just for fun before I knew it was, because I knew it was going to be really popular. And I read it like before I knew David Fincher was going to be making the movie. And I thought it was a good book, but it wasn't very gripping. Like I wasn't like turning the pages faster. It was like maybe until the last third was the one that was really, really gripping for me. But for the most part, it was good. It reminded me of like a Robert Langdon novel, like The Da Vinci Code and stuff like that. And like it's like very informative, very thrilling, and in spots. And it does have a good story behind it. And then I bought the second book. It was like a buy one get one free deal. And this this was a page turner. I was reading the whole thing. This was one of those books I just couldn't stop reading. And I really, really did love it. But I actually did a book report on this, and I got an A+ on it. Yeah, that's really cool. And my teacher said, "Oh, this is the best paper of both my classes." I'm very, very impressed. So that's something to be proud of. And I recently purchased Girl King of the Hornet's Nest. I haven't read it yet. I've been waiting to get this because it only just recently came out in paperback, and I wanted it in paperback because I got the other two in paperback. I haven't read it yet, so no one spoil it for me. I just haven't had time to read it recently. I'm going to be reading 1984 coming up in school, so I don't know when I'm going to have time to read it, and maybe I'll make another video if I do, but let me tell you about the movie. So now, I haven't seen the Swedish versions, okay? And I know everyone says, "Oh, you gotta see the Swedish versions, you gotta see the Swedish versions, they're so good, they're so good." But I'm not seeing them for totally selfish reasons, and that's that I do not want to read an entire movie. I'll tell you for movies like Inglourious Bastards, because I didn't know it was gonna be almost all subtitles. Before the Swedish versions, I know going in it's gonna be all subtitles, and I don't want to do that for an entire movie. I don't know if I would keep able to do that. I think it'd be very distracting. Like, I think for movies like this, I want to like be able to like read people's faces and look at their reactions, look at the action that's going on. And with subtitles, it's just a degree of removal. Like I know some people. One time I was visiting a friend of mine. He's watching a Star Wars movie without the alien subtitles, just watching the aliens. Kind of like that. But so that's why I was all the more excited for the English language version directed by David Fincher. Like when I saw the ads for this movie, I thought, wow, this is going to be so good. This is exactly what I had in my head when I read the book. This is going to be awesome. Like, the trailer was the song playing. That was just like image after image after image after image. I loved it because it was just exactly what I had in my head. Like, when I was reading the book, it was like just what I imagined. And it was so cool. I'm like, this is going to be such a good movie. So I went with a friend of mine who had started the first book, but she never actually finished it. And I saw it with her, and like that was a good audience to see the crowd with, because she like didn't know what the whole story was, and she was like kind of shocked in some scenes, like especially during like the rape scene. I think I can spoil the movie. It's been out for a while, and I think if you clicked on this video, you probably don't want to know. You probably have read the books and If I want to know what I thought of the actual movie. This isn't really a movie you can just go into it without knowing much about. But, what I thought the movie... Again, I have no frame of reference. I have nothing to compare it to, but because I haven't seen the Swedish versions. But this is a very, very well done movie. But, that said, there were one or two minor issues I had with it. Most notably, like, the first few minutes of the movie, not including the title scene. The title scene was amazing, by the way. I mean, it was just so well done. It reminded me of a Bond movie, and it was so twisted and awesome and just so engaging. That's kind of what describes this whole movie. But after that, I think the film was very fast. It was very fast paced. It was like just kind of barraged with information. But that's kind of like what the book is. But it does lighten up for the rest of the movie. Because the book is like just a barrage of information, and not all of it is important. I think, and if you get out in the second book, there's an entire paragraph dedicated to the contents of Elizabeth's fridge, which I found a little unnecessary. But it's, I thought it went a little faster. There's one scene with Blomqvist and Berger, where like they're just talking super fast. Like he says something, she says something, he says something, and I was like, it was kind of an overload for me. It's like they just talk so fast. Like, who would actually talk like this? It's just pretty ridiculous. But at the same time, you could argue that just makes it all the more engaging, all the more fascinating to watch. And it's not like Fight Club, where like it's like entertainingly unsettling. For Girls Dragging Tattoo, it is fascinatingly unsettling. Cause like Fight Club, when I was watching Fight Club, I was kind of put off. But then I was also having a good time. I was also laughing. I was also having fun. And then I kind of reached a nice middle ground where I was half marveling at the movie, half being appalled by it. Girls Dragging Tattoo, I was like engaged the whole time, which is good because I wasn't like that for the book. Because the book, as I said, doesn't really become a page turner until like the very end. Like, it's a good mystery, it's good characters and everything, but I just thought that it does go. It's like it's a really slow build. Not that there's a problem with that. It's just I don't know why I didn't tell it for this one, but. So the cast, well, I'm talking about the cast, especially Rooney Mara as Elizabeth Slander. Of course, there's points she already won. No, she lost the Oscar. She should have won the Oscar because she was one of the best performances I've seen in a movie in a while. Because I think there's one scene she just gets like this close to the camera and she says, "I am insane." You believe her? I'm like, please don't kill me. Because like she does Elizabeth as vulnerable when she needs to be, like especially during like some of the rape scenes, some other scenes in the movie I won't really give away. But she's also like this like, really tough, and she's really like intimidating and threatening in some scenes, like what the scene I just described. And again, I have nothing to compare it to, but I thought I couldn't imagine anyone else in this role because she's just so raw and engaging, and she's tough, and she can really embody the character. Again, exactly what I imagined when I had in the book. Maybe not, and because like when I read the book, I kind of knew like who was gonna be playing in the movie, so I kind of had these guys in their heads, especially like with Daniel Craig and some stuff. And speaking of which, Daniel Craig, I have my doubts about him, but he was good. He does do, like, vulnerable and flawed guy very well, I must say, and, I did like that about him. He did this weird thing where he has his glasses hanging off his head like this, and that really distracted me the whole movie. I was just wanted to just go. But some of the other people in the movie. I want to talk about some of the other people in the movie, especially Bierman. I really want to talk about him. Like, they got this big, ugly, horrible-looking guy to play him. He acts horrible. He's this like twisted, sick guy. Like when he's raping her, you can see how much he enjoys it. And I'm like, great, that's great. That's just what I had in my head. Like, he's the ultimate evil guy. But like in his first scene in the movie, when Elizabeth's meeting him in his office, like he's wearing a wedding ring. And there's a picture on his desk, a happy picture of him and his family. Because he has like a coffee mug that says like "Daddy" written on it in like childlike lettering, and I'm like, what? How does that work? It just he's supposed to be this horrible, sick, twisted guy you're supposed to just despise every fiber in their being, and you're wrecking that. And I don't see that as nitpicking. I do see that as a really big flaw. Again, just because it's supposed to be this horrible guy, like people who read the books going into this movie, you know this is a problem. You know what this guy's supposed to be. Then you see that, you're gonna be like, what? And like, I was talking with some friends of mine who have read the books and have seen the movie, and one of them said, well, I think that's supposed to represent that these sick, twisted rapists are, on all outward appearances, like totally normal people. And I'm like, okay, but half the audience, more than half actually, I think almost everyone's read the book, is gonna, like I said, they're gonna know what to expect of this character. And you're destroying expectations, and I just don't see how it would work there. But, it's just that one thing was really distracting. But aside from that, he was great. He was the sick, horrible guy I really wanted to hate. And so the other characters were great. Christopher Plummer was great. Just really like Stellan Skarsgård. I'm a big fan of him. And he was just always watchable. I was like glued to his scenes. And it's a great looking movie too. It's really great. Here's the music. Awesome. See, I don't know about the music because the same guys do the music for The Social Network. But like The Social Network, you can listen to the music on its own and still enjoy it. But with The Girl Trying to, it's really meant to be experienced along with the movie as like, more like as a backdrop in the movie. The Social Network is like its whole other separate thing. So if you haven't seen The Social Network and expecting like the same thing, you'll probably be a little disappointed with Girls Dragging Tattoo. I know I was. It wasn't bad score or anything, it's just didn't think it was as memorable as The Social Network. Not to say that movie's bad though. I would give it, it's very well done. Very nice. I love how they took like not like a good book, but not very gripping, and made it good and gripping, which I loved. I have to give it some props for that. I gave it 4.5, and I rated it a 9 on IMDb. I joined up IMDb over the break, and I've rated like over 500 movies. And my friend of mine saw my rating of The Girl Dragging Tattoo on IMDb, and he says, "No, that's wrong. That's a perfect 10 movie. You should have given that a 10." And I'm like, well, I could have given it a lot worse. So as I said, it does lose the points for like the some differences. Some differences that do kind of distract, like as I said with Bjorman mostly. And the rushed feel, like the first few scenes, not pacing rush, that is. But I should definitely recommend check it out. Oh, by the way, probably talk about this. This on one side, Bob Quist on the other. Discs. And no, you're not seeing double, folks. This is real. This is what the DVD copy looks like. Very well played, in my opinion, and it did kind of freak me out when I first saw it. But it does look like it's just a normal DVD, like blank disc that they just slapped The Girl Dragging Tattoo on. The one thing that tests part, it has an R rating emblazed on it, so you know it's official. I haven't actually watched it yet because I think if you get a Blu-ray player, you're gonna always want to watch Blu-ray. But yeah, and features on this are good. I kind of had my reservation about this because there's like this attachment on the back that just tells you over 4 hours of features. That's it. That's all I say. Great features on this if you want to pick it up. Good Blu-ray. There's a lot of features, a lot of in-depth features on how to create Solander and all this really cool stuff. But that's my little sexy one to rip off right there. Buy that if you want to watch a movie and you want to learn about how the movie was made and everything. Really great and informative. But this is one of Fincher's better films, but definitely his most engaging. And the only 2 Fincher films I haven't seen Zodiac, and I haven't seen the first half of 7. I was like, and before you ask how it's possible, flip through the channels. 07's on. Click, watch from there to the end. So I'm back. and reviewed the Girls Dragon Tattoo. Got that off my chest. Really fun, really cool, great. Good to be back. I got a lot of new videos planned. Fantasy 7 is out.